Okay guys, welcome back. Now you have hopefully had some practice with the pen tool. And now I want to go ahead and show you like a real life example on how I would use each of those examples in creating something, whether it be a basic shape, a more complex shape with the shape builder tool, or something symmetrical. So what I'm going to do in the next 3 videos is just go ahead and show you how I would use those skills, those tools to create one of each example. So here, as you can see, I have a screenshot from the movie Scarface where the blimp says the world is yours. That's always stuck out to me. And again, I don't own any rights to Scarface. I don't own any of this stuff, but it's just, it's art. So in art, sometimes, you gotta copy some other things. So in this case, I'm gonna be tracing and trying to recreate the blimp that says the world is yours from the movie Scarface. So again, what I've done is I just imported it into a document, changed the document size to fit the shape of the photo. And then what I'm gonna do is I went in and I locked the layer so you can't move it around. I'm gonna lock it so you can't move it. And let's just go ahead and start tracing. So select the pen tool. I'm gonna just, I guess, use this shape here. So I like to try to start on like a flat corner or something like that. So what I'll do is I'll zoom in and just start tracing. Let's change the color. Now again, it doesn't always have to be perfect. Sometimes it's nice to kind of put your own little style and flavor to whatever it is that you're creating. It gives it its own unique element to it. So just going around, tracing. As you use the pen tool more, you start to become more and more comfortable with it, and you start to move a little bit quicker. So again, I'm just kind of clicking around. I have my finger on the space bar ready to move it around if I have to, holding space bar, moving these down. If I let go, use the space bar to move myself around. So the space bar is really helpful when you're messing around with the pen tool here. Almost finished, almost there. I'm gonna go ahead and pop that out a little bit, make it a little bit more interesting. Make this, yeah. Add my own little flavor to it. Bam, 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 bam. Oops. Bam. Okay, so there we go. So now I have the blimp shape ready to go. Pretty cool. I'm not going to add any like details or anything to it just because it's kind of hard to see if there are even any details. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that there, and then I'm going to try to copy these words. So click T to bring up the text tool, or just select it, and I'm just going to write in all caps, the world, oops, is yours. So then what you can do is you can blow that up. I'm going to come over and center it because it's centered on here. And then I'm going to change the font. See if there's like a font that I like. If I really wanted to, I could go in and actually trace the actual letters here, but I'm not going to do that right now for the sake of time. And another thing you can do to see if you like it is, let's just do this. Let's hide this layer that we have locked. Let's rotate this. Let's make it like a darkish blue. Come in, smooth it out a little bit. You'll notice if you have caps lock on, right now it's off. If you have it on, the crosshairs change. Smooth it up a little bit. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and just make sure it's centered, and then we can go in and like kind of like this one actually. So let's just start messing around. Command C, I pasted it behind. I copied the blimp and then pasted it behind it, so you can't see it unless I start to move it like this. So you can actually start to come in and do like some really interesting things with the shapes. Make this white. And then let's see here. See, it's important to just kind of give yourself the freedom to mess around, you know? When you do that, sometimes you end up surprising yourself and end up creating some really awesome stuff. You know, in the past, when the coolest things that I've made have been from me just kind of messing around and just playing around, you know? Don't think of it so much as like work or it has to be perfect, you know? Just play and have fun with it, and you'll end up making some really awesome stuff. And then I can always kind of come in if I want to make it more interesting. Now, you'll notice that the shape I just placed is on top of the shape that I have. Let's open up the layers panel. So if you see here, these are the layers. You have every shape that I've drawn so far is in its own layer. Now, you can, obviously I want this orange ellipse to be behind everything. So what you could do is you could like click it and drag it down like that. Or you can use the brackets, Command Shift and the brackets next to the letter P on the keyboard to either bring it back. So Command Shift left bracket will send it all the way to the back. Command Shift right bracket will bring it all the way to the front. So that's a good way to kind of layer in different shapes and stuff like that, is the layers. In the slideshow, when you saw the Porsche that I made, all those shapes are just layered on top of each other. So you can do some really cool stuff when you start to layer things in. Let's see here. What if I do this? So you kind of get the gist, is where you can do all kinds of cool stuff. That actually, you know what, that looks like a Kids' Choice Award. Nickelodeon. I'm gonna group everything. So when you group it, it's kind of all together. You rotate it a little bit. There you go. It's pretty cool. That could be a cool bumper sticker or something, you know? And then I'll go in and like write the word onwards. Change that font to something like this. There you have it. So this is me using just the basic shape with the pen tool, creating, you know, your own unique image, artwork, and then I could take this and put it on a t-shirt, save it, bring it in Photoshop, change the color, do whatever. Now that I have it all made with just the simplicity of the pen tool. All right, moving forward, I'm gonna show you in the next video how I would use the pen tool and the shape builder tool to create something more complex. I'm gonna draw a car for you, and I will see you there. What's up, everybody? So it's been a few weeks since I filmed the video you just watched of me creating this logo on the computer, and since then I actually went ahead and took it and translated it into this silk screen so I could screen print with it. And this is just a perfect real-world example of creating something on the computer, translating it to something like this to screen print with, and then making a completely new medium for that art to be applied. So I just thought you guys would really appreciate seeing that, and hopefully gives you an idea of how you can take your art to the next level. See you in the next video.